Hello YouTube, Max here with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my journey to my cybersecurity program at Western Governors University. So as you can see here, the course that I just completed is American History and US Constitution. So this was fairly an easy course. I mean, the stuff is pretty dry, but if you know American history, it should be pretty easy. The questions are not that hard, and the pre-assessment is closely related to the objective assessment. So if you study really hard and kind of get familiar with the pre-assessment questions, you can complete this course in about a week. I mean, as you can see here, these are the topics: constitution, government, political participation, civil liberties, and public opinion. So if you can get at least green and a little bit higher on these other topics, you should be fine. So two study guides that I will say is crucial for this course is these two right here: amendments and court cases. You definitely want to know the court cases and the amendments, because majority of the tests, that's what it's asking. So, and the I'll go over some of the court cases that are important, like this one right here, Marbury versus Madison. This is an extremely important court cases because it deals with judicial power. So you want to make sure you know a little bit about that one. And you want to make sure you know a little bit about this as well, Plessy versus Ferguson. Obviously, this was a Supreme Court case that dealt with segregation, so you want to make sure you know a little bit about that one. And you also want to make sure you know about Brown versus Board of Education, which is also another one that is dealing with segregation as well. So make sure you want to know about that one. Another one to get familiar with is Miranda versus Arizona. Obviously, we all know that's whenever you're getting arrested and whatnot, they have to read you your Miranda rights. So get familiar with that one. It may help you in the future. Um, this one as well, Roe v. Wade, is another important court cases that deal with abortion and women's rights. So get familiar with that one. And the last court case to remember is this one right here that deals with same-sex marriage. You definitely want to remember that because there's a couple questions about that on the test. So as for the court cases, if you can remember a couple of these, you should be fine. I mean, it's not hard. And as for the amendments, I mean, most people will know the first and the second. I'll say most people know these two. But if you can remember from about the first one to the eighth, you should be pretty decent. So, and even if you don't remember the first to the eighth, at least remember the 13th Amendment. We all know what that one's about, and there's a good amount of questions on the assessment about that one. So you definitely want to know this one. Even if you don't remember a lot about these ones, you definitely want to get this one in the back of your head. And which other one's important? This one's pretty important because, I mean, if unless you're not living here, I mean, most people should know the president can only serve 2 terms, so which is pretty self-explanatory. But if you're not familiar, you definitely want to know the 22nd. But I mean, I'll say 22nd, 13, and about 1 to 8. You definitely want to know these amendments because a lot of the tests deal with those questions. And that's pretty much it, man. There's not really much to it. This is an easy course, and it can be completed in about a week. Also, what I'll say to get familiar with is PAC and Super PAC, which has to do with like politics and all that kind of stuff. So definitely know the difference between the two because those questions do come up. So make sure you can tell the difference when it's what it's asking. So you definitely want to know that. And let's see what else. I'll say, yeah, if you know the court cases and the amendments, you'll be fine. I mean, there's not really much to it. Obviously, American history, if you're a history person, you'll find this course interesting. And if you're not, well, still get it completed because it's an easy course. You shouldn't be spending much time to it. As for my next course here, I have legal issues and information security, and I'll do a video about that one because I'm close to completing it. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. So for this course, American History and Constitution, pretty easy, can be completed in a week. So get it done. And if you have any questions, you feel free to email me, and I'll answer any of your questions. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. So if you find this video helpful, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.